So, you're thinking about working with a professional dog trainer. That is such a great move for you and your dog. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to find the right person for you right here in Wyoming.
Whether you're dreaming of those calm walks around Cheyenne or you need a recall you can count on when you're out on the trails near Casper, finding that right training partner is everything. It's really about creating a safe, trusting, and fun relationship with your dog.
Okay, so here's our roadmap. We'll kick things off with what makes having a dog in Wyoming so unique. Then, we'll get into figuring out your dog's needs and the training options out there. After that, we'll talk about how to pick the right trainer, and we'll wrap up by looking at all the amazing rewards of your hard work.
All right, first things first. Let's talk about what makes dog life in the cowboy state a little different. Our environment, for sure, really shapes what we need to focus on in training.
And this really gets to the heart of it. A solid recall isn't just a nice to have, it's a safety essential when you're in these huge open spaces with no fences, and your dog needs to know how to be calm around cattle or a deer that pops out of nowhere. Plus, they've got to be good with those long car rides between towns. It's all about raising a dog that can handle a quiet trail just as well as a busy downtown street.
So, keeping all those Wyoming-specific things in mind, the very first step, before you even start looking for a trainer, is to take a really good look at your own dog and your goals. And I mean, really think about it. What exactly are you hoping to achieve? What does a well-behaved dog actually look like for your family in your life? Getting super clear on this is going to make your search way more successful.
Your goals probably fall into one of these buckets. Maybe it's the basics, just polite leash walking. If you've got a new puppy, socialization is probably top of mind. Or maybe you're dealing with something more specific, like your dog getting upset around other dogs or getting anxious when you have to leave. Just pinpointing your main priority is the perfect place to start. And then there's the practical side of things. How is training actually going to fit into your week, your schedule? Because, let's be honest, the best plan is the one you can actually follow through on. And you've got choices. In-home training is great because the expert comes right to you. Group classes are awesome for practicing around other dogs and people. Private lessons give you that one-on-one focus. And things like board and train, day training, or even video calls can work for different situations. Just remember, what's available might depend on where you live in the state.
Okay, so you know what you want to work on and how you might want to do it. Now let's get into some of the core ideas and practical details of professional dog training.
One of the most common and humane approaches you'll hear about is positive reinforcement. And the idea is pretty simple. You reward the behavior you want to see more of. This builds this incredible bond of trust, and you end up with a dog who wants to work with you, which is always more reliable than a dog who's just afraid of getting in trouble. So let's compare two of the most popular formats. In-home training is perfect for Wyoming life because a trainer can help you with what's happening right there, like your dog's reaction to the neighbor's horses. On the other hand, group classes are fantastic for teaching your dog to focus on you even when there's a lot going on, like at a busy farmer's market.
And of course, we've got to talk about cost. This chart gives you a ballpark idea of average prices for 2025. Now remember, these numbers can change depending on a trainer's experience and where you are. And since Wyoming is so spread out, definitely make sure to ask about any travel fees, especially if you're in a more rural spot.
So, you know your goals, you've got your options, you've thought about the budget. Now for the really crucial part, how to actually vet and choose the right professional for you and your dog.
Okay, this is something you really need to know. Wyoming doesn't have any kind of state licensing for dog trainers. That basically means anyone can say they're a trainer. So it's really up to you as the owner to do your homework and check their qualifications. When you're looking at a trainer's website and you see these letters, they're not just alphabet soup. They're a really good sign. They show a commitment to ongoing education and ethics. For example, a CPDT-KA has actually passed a big test on training science. Seeing these certifications means that a trainer has really invested in their knowledge. Which leads right into the next step. When you finally get on the phone or meet with a trainer you're considering, what exactly should you be asking them?
Here is your cheat sheet. You absolutely want to ask about their methods. Ask about their credentials. It's also really smart to ask if they've worked with issues that are common here, like dealing with wildlife or livestock. And of course, you want to know how they'll tailor a plan for your specific dog and what all the costs are going to be, including any of those travel fees.
Okay, let's bring it all home and focus on the why. Investing in training, it's not just about fixing problems. It's about opening up this whole new world for you and your dog to enjoy together. What you're really doing is building a stronger partnership.
A dog that's been well trained is a more confident dog. They understand the world better, and they can be that true companion on pretty much any adventure you can think of.
And you'll see the payoff in all those little everyday moments. I mean, imagine going to the vet without all the drama, or having friends over without your dog jumping all over them. That kind of peace of mind, it's priceless.
Good training also gives you so much freedom. You can go explore those amazing Wyoming trails, head to a local park, or walk down a busy street together, and you can both feel confident and relaxed about it.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You're not just teaching sit and stay, you are building one reliable partner who can move through the world safely and happily right there with you.
So, with that foundation of great training, the sky's the limit. We wish you the absolute best on this journey. Having a well-trained dog is going to make every part of your life here, from just hanging out at home to getting out and exploring, so much more enjoyable for both of you.